Today, I'm going to show you why your loneliness isn't your enemy, why the emptiness you feel is actually an invitation, why the very thing you're running from contains the answers you've been searching for, and why until you learn to be alone with yourself, you'll never truly be with anyone else. This will be uncomfortable. It should be, because your loneliness has been trying to tell you something important. And today, you're finally going to listen. Before we begin, drop this affirmation in the comments. My loneliness is my teacher. Let's decode what your isolation is really saying. The first lesson loneliness teaches is that you've been abandoning yourself. That hollow feeling isn't coming from lack of other people.
It's coming from lack of you. Somewhere along the way, you left yourself behind. You abandoned your own depths to chase connection on the surface. And now you're experiencing the grief of that abandonment. Jung said loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. But there's a deeper layer to this. Loneliness comes from being unable to communicate with yourself, from having lost contact with your own inner world, from having neglected the relationship that matters most, the one with your own soul. Think about how you treat yourself. When did you last sit with your own thoughts without distraction?
When did you last ask yourself how you're really feeling and wait for an honest answer? When did you last give yourself the attention, the presence, the care that you so desperately seek from others? Most people treat themselves like strangers. They know the details of their friends' lives, but not the depths of their own psyche. They can tell you what others think, but not what they truly believe. They've become experts on everyone except themselves. This self-abandonment creates a void that no amount of external connection can fill. You can surround yourself with people who love you and still feel utterly alone because the person who should be there for you isn't present. You've left yourself behind.
You've built a version of yourself that others will accept. The pleasant one, the agreeable one, the one who says the right things and hides the wrong things. This mask has worked well enough. It's gotten you friends, connections, belonging. But it's also created a prison. Jung called this mask the persona. He said it's necessary for social functioning, but dangerous when we mistake it for our true self. The persona is what we show the world, but beneath it lives the real self, often neglected, often forgotten, often completely unknown, even to us. Here's the brutal truth about why you feel lonely despite having people around you. Those people don't actually know you. They know your persona. They love your performance. They connect with the version of you that was designed for public consumption. But the real you, the one with the strange thoughts and hidden desires and secret fears, that one remains utterly alone. This is the loneliest experience possible, to be surrounded by people who love a mask, to receive affection that doesn't touch you because it's directed at a character you play, to be embraced constantly yet never held. Your loneliness is revealing this gap between persona and self. It's showing you that all your connections are surface level because you've only offered the surface. It's telling you that you cannot be truly seen until you show what's truly there. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But most people spend that lifetime becoming who others want them to be. They polish the persona and starve the self. They perfect the mask and forget the face. Your loneliness is asking you, who are you beneath the performance? What lives under the mask? When are you going to let someone meet the real you? Drop this affirmation in the comments. My mask is not my truth. The third lesson loneliness teaches is that you've been looking for yourself in others. Every relationship you've pursued, consciously or not, has been a search. Not just a search for love or connection, a search for yourself. You've been looking for the missing pieces of your own psyche in the faces of others. Jung called this projection.
We project parts of our unconscious onto other people, then become fascinated with them because we're actually fascinated with the hidden parts of ourselves. The person you're desperately attracted to often carries a piece of your own unlived potential. The one you can't stop thinking about often embodies something you haven't developed in yourself. This is why relationships often feel like they complete us, because we're temporarily experiencing our own projected qualities through another person. But this completion is an illusion. The missing piece isn't actually in them. It's in you, waiting to be developed, waiting to be lived. Your loneliness is teaching you that no one else can complete you.
That the wholeness you seek in relationships already exists within your own psyche. That you've been searching outside for what can only be found inside. Jung said the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. True relationship isn't about finding someone who completes you. It's about two complete people meeting and transforming each other. But you cannot offer completeness if you're still looking for yourself in someone else. This is why desperately lonely people often push others away. Their neediness communicates that they want something from the other person. They're missing pieces.
And no one wants to be needed for what they represent rather than who they are. Your loneliness will persist until you stop the search outside and begin the search within, until you develop the qualities you've been seeking in partners, until you become the person you've been looking for. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am what I've been seeking. The fourth lesson loneliness teaches is that you need to meet your shadow. The parts of yourself you've rejected didn't disappear. They descended into darkness, into what Jung called the shadow. And there they wait, isolated, alone, longing to be seen. Your loneliness isn't just about disconnection from others. It's about disconnection from parts of yourself.
Every trait you've deemed unacceptable, every impulse you've suppressed, every aspect of yourself you've hidden in shame. These are parts of you that experience complete isolation. They've been exiled to the unconscious, where they suffer in solitude. Jung understood that we cannot feel whole while parts of us are banished. We cannot feel connected while parts of us are isolated. The loneliness you feel is partly the loneliness of your own rejected self, calling out from the darkness, begging to be brought home. Think about the parts of yourself you've hidden, your anger, your selfishness, your strange desires, your weird thoughts, your shameful impulses. These parts aren't gone. They're lonely.
They've been locked in the basement of your psyche with no companionship, no acceptance, no light. When you wonder why you feel alone, even in company, consider this. The company of others cannot reach the parts of you that you yourself have abandoned. No external connection can heal internal exile. No outside relationship can compensate for the relationship you've broken with your own shadow. Your loneliness is inviting you into shadow work, into descending to the basement where the rejected parts wait, into sitting with the aspects of yourself you've been running from, into finally saying to your own darkness, I see you. I hear you. You're not alone anymore. This is terrifying work.
The shadow contains everything you've worked hard to hide. But Jung was clear. There is no wholeness without integration of the shadow.
and there is no end to loneliness while parts of you remain in exile. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My shadow deserves my presence. The fifth lesson loneliness teaches is that superficial connection is worse than no connection. You might think that having surface-level relationships is better than having none at all, that some connection is better than no connection, that at least you're not physically alone. But Jung understood that superficial connection often deepens loneliness rather than relieving it. Being with people who don't truly see you highlights how unseen you are. Engaging in small talk when your soul is starving reminds you of the depth you're missing. Performing closeness while experiencing distance creates a particular kind of despair that solitude never could. Think about the loneliest moments of your life. Were they in isolation? Or were they in rooms full of people where you felt utterly invisible? Were they in silence? Or in conversations that never touched anything real? Many people are surrounded by constant connection, yet starving for true meeting. They have hundreds of friends on social media, but no one who knows their real thoughts. They talk every day to many people, never about what actually matters. They are drowning in social contact while dying of soul isolation. Your loneliness is teaching you that quality matters infinitely more than quantity, that one conversation that touches the depths is worth more than 1,000 surface exchanges, that true meeting with even one person heals more than being surrounded by a crowd that never truly sees you. Jung sought this kind of depth throughout his life. He valued soul-to-soul connection over social performance. He understood that the unconscious recognizes real meeting and isn't fooled by fake intimacy. You can deceive your conscious mind into believing you're connected, but you cannot deceive your depths. This is why reducing loneliness isn't about adding more connections. It's about deepening the connections you have.
It's about having the courage to show up authentically. It's about creating space for real conversation rather than endless superficial exchange. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose depth over quantity. The sixth lesson loneliness teaches is that solitude and loneliness are not the same thing. This distinction changes everything. Loneliness is a suffering caused by disconnection. Solitude is a nourishment created by intentional aloneness. They feel different because they are different. And until you learn to transform loneliness into solitude, you'll keep running from the very medicine you need. Jung regularly retreated into solitude. He built a tower at Bollingen where he would go to be alone, sometimes for extended periods. He didn't experience this as loneliness. He experienced it as communion. Communion with himself. Communion with the unconscious. Communion with something deeper than any external relationship could provide. He said, "In my darkness, I could not have wished for a better spiritual guide than loneliness." Loneliness forced him inward, and inward is where he discovered everything that made his life meaningful. The difference between loneliness and solitude is relationship with self. The lonely person is alone, but not present with themselves. They're not there, even when no one else is. But the person in solitude is fully present. They're meeting themselves. They're exploring their own depths.
They're in relationship, even though that relationship is internal. This is why some people can spend days alone and feel nourished, while others can't stand 5 minutes without distraction. The first has learned to be with themselves. The second has never learned this most fundamental skill. Your loneliness is inviting you to develop capacity for solitude, to learn how to be alone without being abandoned, to discover that you are your own companion, and that companionship can be rich and fulfilling, to find that the silence you've been running from is actually full of wisdom you need to hear. Start small. Spend time alone without distraction. No phone, no television, no noise, just you and yourself. At first, it will feel unbearable. That's the loneliness screaming. But if you stay with it, something shifts. The loneliness begins to transform into something else, into presence, into solitude, into connection with your own depths. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am learning to be with myself. The seventh lesson loneliness teaches is that your deepest connection is with something beyond the personal. Jung believed that every human psyche is connected to something larger. He called it the collective unconscious, a vast reservoir of shared human experience that underlies individual consciousness. Beyond that, he sensed something he sometimes called the self, a center of wholeness that transcends the ego entirely.
Your loneliness may be pointing toward a disconnection from this larger dimension. Not just disconnection from others, not just disconnection from yourself, but disconnection from the depths of existence itself, from the mystery that underlies everything, from whatever you want to call it, God, Spirit, the universe, the source. Many people experience a loneliness that no human relationship can touch. They can be deeply connected to others, deeply connected to themselves, and still feel an inexplicable emptiness. This is often spiritual loneliness. It's the soul recognizing that it's been cut off from its deepest ground. Jung took this seriously. He didn't reduce everything to psychology.
Who looks inside awakes. But there's another layer. Who looks even deeper than the personal unconscious, awakens to something transpersonal. Something that can only be called sacred. This connection doesn't replace human connection, but it provides a foundation that human connection cannot. It offers a belonging that doesn't depend on anyone else. It gives you a home that can't be taken away. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am connected to something greater. You now understand the 7 lessons that loneliness is trying to teach you. That you've been abandoning yourself. That your persona isn't your truth. That you've been looking for yourself in others. That your shadow needs your presence.
That superficial connection deepens isolation. That solitude is different from loneliness. That your deepest connection may be transpersonal. These lessons don't eliminate loneliness. They transform it. They turn running into meeting. They turn suffering into teaching. They turn the thing you fear most into your greatest opportunity for growth. Jung walked this path before you. He faced profound loneliness during his confrontation with the unconscious. He descended into depths that terrified him. He experienced isolation so intense, he questioned his sanity. But he stayed with it. He listened to what the loneliness was teaching. And he emerged with wisdom that has guided millions.
He said the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Complete acceptance includes accepting your loneliness, not as a problem to be solved, but as a teacher to be honored. Not as a sign something is wrong, but as a guide pointing toward what's needed. The path out of loneliness is not around it, but through it. Not escape, but descent. Not distraction, but presence. Not more people, but more depth. Not filling the emptiness, but entering it. This requires courage most people don't have. It's easier to scroll, to distract, to surround yourself with noise and call it connection. It's easier to perform intimacy than to risk real meeting. It's easier to stay on the surface than to dive into the depths.
But the depths are where your life is waiting. The depths are where you meet yourself. The depths are where real connection becomes possible because you finally have a real self to connect with. Your loneliness has been faithful. It's been there every time you paused long enough to feel it. It's been teaching the same lessons over and over, waiting for you to finally listen. It's been pointing toward everything you've been avoiding.
Tonight, when the noise stops and the loneliness returns, don't run. Sit with it. Ask it what it's trying to teach you. Listen to the message you've been refusing to hear. Your loneliness is not your enemy. It never was. It's the voice of your own depths, calling you home.
If this video showed you the teacher hiding in your pain, hit that like button. If you want more content on transforming suffering into wisdom, subscribe and ring the notification bell. Share this with someone who has been running from their loneliness instead of learning from it. Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." It's time to stop dreaming. It's time to awaken. Your loneliness is waiting to show you how.